Hello everyone, my name is Ian Boswell, and today I'm going to be showing you Starbound. A universe of exploration awaits you in this game, but a lot of people want to know, how do you start playing it in the first place? Well, first you gotta create a character by picking a race. I especially like how the glitch race has male and female plugs for their gender bars. And you can basically randomize if you don't feel like being very creative, though almost everybody tweaks their character to be exactly the way they want to look. Today I'll just be randomizing some guy. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, and we're going to make sure we give him a personality that fits. So always be sure to look at this because that's going to be the stance your character's going to be taking the rest of the game. I kind of like this when he looks like he's ready to go into the Wild West or something. So alright. So, as soon as you spawn into the game, you get your very own spaceship and a quest to retrieve a universal multi-tool. This ship is 100% yours and will stay with you throughout the entire game unless you mod it and are able to edit it. The most important thing we're going to be looking at today is the fuel bar here, as well as the captain's chair. The captain's chair will allow you to navigate the entire universe, as you can see, and look at various sectors and planets, and you can just sort of look at each of these planets which have already been scanned, and they will tell you information about them, like if their biomes support life, or if they're too cold, or if they've got trees, or what you might expect to find on that planet, as well as the threat level that planet has. I see a threat level 1, very tiny forest planet. I'm going to set that to my home and lock onto that so it stays in memory, and we're going to go there later on. Also, here is your chest. You are able to keep items in here. It has 64 slots. And we're just going to be equipping these right into our quick bar at the top. Sorry if the picture's a little cut off. And we're going to store our seeds in our bag because we're not going to be doing a lot of agriculture today, but I'll do another guide on agriculture in Starbound later. So, now we've accepted our reward for our first quest, and now it is asking us to create a crafting table. So, it's time to beam down to the planet, and let's start exploring. Alright, so this is Alpha Deta Lup Majoris 2. Don't bother trying to remember the names because they're all just completely random and very complicated. Now already we're seeing some cobblestone here as well as some structures which, whoa, is that a native? Is he a friendly? No, he is not friendly. That is not a friendly native. So, we're going to do battle with this not friendly native. Now, a lot of the times you're just going to encounter like simple alien creatures, but sometimes you'll run into little guys like this who I guess you could best describe as a sort of like mini-boss. Wow, right off the bat, having to fight this epic. He's about on par with my skill. I don't know who's going to survive here, but I think it's going to be me. All right, that did him in. And wow, did I just get wings from that? Sweet! I just got terrifying, yeah, wings. Okay. And now everyone shall be terrified of me. So, well, that's a hell of a way to start the game, isn't it? Here's a well. It's got water in it. Don't really need that. I'm just pointing it out. Now, first thing you want to do is find a big old tree. This is a really big, tall tree, so that's perfect. And then you just select your multi-tool and just hold your mouse down on it and wait for it to chop down slowly. This does take a while. It's a bit tedious, but it's something you're going to have to do if you want to really start the game off and you're not playing in a multiplayer server and people are like, here, have a diamond pickaxe. So, yeah, this is what you're going to need to do. This is the thing everybody has to do is just wait, chop down this tree, and then collect that wood. Now, we're going to be using the rest of this wood for all of our crafting here on the planet. This is going to be enough wood for all of us because that tree was tall enough. Now, instead of placing these wood blocks down, we're going to hit the C key, and that's going to bring up our crafting menu, and here we're going to be able to create wood planks. But the first thing I want to create is a campfire. We're actually going to need 2 of these, but I'll create one now. And now we're going to create some wood planks. Now, these wood planks will allow us to put down platforms and do other things, but we're trying to get to the number we need for a crafting table, which is 25, I believe. And once we get to that, we can now... 35. Okay, once we have the crafting table, we can then just hit craft. It'll go probably into our quick bar, and then we can just place it right down there. Quest complete, and now it's going to ask us to make a bow and hunt for some food. But first, I want to make a pickaxe, because let's face it, pickaxes are just a lot more efficient than using the universal multi-tool to get resources. Tons more efficient. You can even chop down trees with these. So it needs cobblestone and wood planks. So we've got the wood for the wood planks, so we're just going to go ahead and make those in advance. But now we're going to need to get some cobblestone. And this part's going to be a little tedious, so I'm probably going to speed up the footage here just because of how long this is going to take. While we're waiting here, I'll go ahead and point out that one of the main advantages of having a pick is that you'll be able to dig 9 blocks at once instead of just 4. Also, picks can be used for a myriad of other things like taking off objects from the background environment, and of course, they're just simply faster. Not just because of how many blocks they're picking, but because they're just plain faster. I'll actually show you a side-by-side comparison. As you can see right now, we're doing just these blocks here, and this is taking way longer than 10 seconds to remove just a few of them. Also, I should also point out, since we're waiting, Online play in this game is fantastic, even though it's in early beta. I haven't actually encountered any issues. But one of the things you're going to want to do when you join a server is say something in the chat bar, so that way other players know you're there, and they might be able to invite you into their party if they want to. And once you're in your player's party, hopefully you're playing with friends, you'll be able to simply join them in online games and do all sorts of stuff, and go right to their planets they're on, because even if you start on different planets, you can simply warp to their ship by right-clicking on their character portrait and saying go to their ship. Alright, so now we're ready to craft our next item, which I believe is going to be a stone pickaxe. That's right. So we've got the stone and we've got the wood. That was more than enough stone to get us what we're looking for, and now we can finally just put that in our hotbar and go to town on these blocks. Just to compare how much faster this is, look at how fast I'm able to just decimate this gravel right here, compared to the tool earlier, which was taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 seconds. Here we're able to get blocks in basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just about half the time, basically. And now with all those blocks, we can now create a stone furnace with our existing fireplace, or sorry, campfire wood created earlier. Now the furnace is great because it's going to allow us to essentially smelt the rare metals that we're going to find, like copper and silver and gold, and we can use that to create even more powerful pickaxes. Also iron, which will be used to make the anvil, and the anvil will of course allow us to craft our upgraded pickaxes. Now, of course, I've unfortunately ran into some more natives, so I have to do some more battling here. Just hold on a minute while I hopefully don't die. Oh, geez, he's really got me on the ropes here. I have one more hit and I'm done for. I'll just have to make sure he doesn't hit me. Oh, no. Oh, he almost got me. No, On the bright side, though, when you do die in the game, you simply are reborn and given a new body, and you are put right back on your ship, and all of your items are retained. Even my sweet little demon wings I found earlier, every single item is still in your inventory, and you don't lose anything, except for, of course, a few pixels, which is essentially the money in this world. So, as far as I know, pixel loss is the only penalty for death. There might be some others coming in future patches or updates, and there might even be some more already there that I'm just not aware of, like experience or something. Alright, so now we're ready to finally dispatch the jerk that killed us earlier. Good, and now we're in his house. Let's take a look around. We can hit the N key and actually use that to investigate items. And it's really cool because the dialogue here is going to be different depending on what type of race you're playing as. A lot of the plant people, the Florins, will usually hiss and talk about things almost like a very primitive race would talk about things. And the fish people are very warlike, and they're like Klingons. So it's really cool what you get. Also, I found a chest with some coal. That is going to be awesome, because coal is essentially a multi-usable substance. It's rare. It's a rare material. You do have to find it underground or in chests, and I'm going to tell you this right now. It is probably the most useful substance in the game. Unfortunately, you can just never get enough of it, but you can make it by chopping down trees, which, again, do not grow back. There is no way to grow back a tree if it is chopped down. So if you completely remove all the trees from your planet and all the coal, and somebody gets there and they're a new player, they are essentially going to be stranded on that planet, and they will never be able to leave. So make sure you leave a few trees if you are going to just abandon a planet, in case anybody should ever happen to go back there and they need a way back off. Now, oh, wow, I've really lucked out here. As you can see here, we have not only some copper, but also some iron. So I'm going to go ahead and dig a trench because those big black alien monsters look like they could hurt me. And I'm just going to speed up time here and just go ahead and decimate all of this copper, and this is going to be more than enough copper to make a pickaxe with, as well as the anvil we will need to actually craft that pickaxe with the iron here. So this is just an awesome find. I have been incredibly lucky on this world so far, and I'm really pleased with how this has turned out. So one thing you can also do, which I just did right there, is you can actually cut away the background by right-clicking and removing it, and doing this will actually bring more light into your area. So you don't actually have to use your torches when you're doing surface digging. You can just remove the background, and this goes down quite a ways. You'll actually be able to get daylight from quite deep in the earth, as long as it's, of course, morning. If there are night cycles on the planet you're on, of course, and most planets do have them, you will not be able to exactly use that trick as efficiently. Now we're just going to head back to our place, and I'm going to take these iron doors with me because they could actually become a part of a structure I'm going to build on later for safety from the birds and various monsters on what other alien worlds we end up on. And I'm just going to, like I said, pick those off and just take them with me. One cool thing about raiding enemy places, as well as friendly places, you can just take their furniture, and most of the time they won't mind. Sometimes they'll be upset or angry, but most of the time, if they're already angry at you, they're going to stay there, and if they're friendly with you, they won't care. So, alright, so we're going to start smelting some stuff. So we're first going to smelt our iron, and this iron will then be used to make our furnace. This is going to take a bit, so I'm probably going to speed it up. There it goes. Alright, now we're also going to smelt this copper to make some copper bars, and those are going to be used in creating the copper pickaxe, which requires a stone pickaxe, I should point out. You basically have to add copper onto the stone pickaxe, and you essentially just add layers upon layers of smelted material, and okay, looks like the game just crashed. Great. Anyway, we're back, and apparently I didn't lose anything. In fact, the copper was actually still in the forge when I walked right up to it, so that's a great lucky thing to have happen. We're just going to go ahead and make our iron anvil and place it on the ground right here. And now we're going to hit E on it just like we did everything else, and we're going to pick the copper pickaxe to have it crafted. As you can see, the anvil will also let you create all sorts of crazy things, including weapons and swords to defend yourself with, and also armors. Here we can see we can make some copper greaves. I wish you could make the copper greaves and the pickaxe, but I think I've only got enough for one. That is too bad. Could have used some awesome pant leg armor. Anyway, so now that we have our axe, let's look at the other axes in the game you can craft. This is the silver pickaxe. Then next will come the gold pickaxe. And then after that, you will have to create the, I believe that is platinum. Yes, platinum pickaxe. And then the platinum pickaxe is going to be followed up finally by the diamond pickaxe. It's just going to be the end-all, be-all of axes, unless you start using drills, though drills only do 4 at a time. The diamond pickaxe is my personal favorite tool for just everything, but that's, of course, way farther into the game. Now, for this next part, you can either dig a cave or you can find a cave, and I recommend finding one because caves also naturally have vines in them if they're a naturally occurring cave. And vines are useful in the next item you're probably going to want in your quest for survival, because, let's face it, if you hit your Alt key at any time during play, you'll notice you've got a little hunger bar. And, of course, if you start getting hungry, it's also going to pop up and make you very well aware of the fact that you are pretty much going to starve to death unless you do something about that. So, rather than planting crops, we're going to do things the more interesting way and chop down a tree with a pickaxe here, which, of course, will go down rather fast because it's a copper pickaxe. Notice how much faster this is than using the multi-tool, of course. And once this goes down, we'll be able to grab this wood as well as the vine that we just chopped down, and we're going to use that to make a bow. Also, one more thing. I think I just noticed some rare material here. Just a sec. I think this is iron. Yep. And over there, I believe that is a single spot of gold. So I'm just going to shift-click that and remove that. You can shift-click to remove single bricks in case you want to remove just one. So, alright. So now I've got some gold. Sweet. Now let's go back to our crafting station and make us a bow. Bows are really great because they will allow us to get items off of enemies that killing them with swords just will not yield, like leather as well as, well, meat. And so, it's too bad we can't smelt that gold. You need two to smelt the ingots. So, alright, so let's craft the bow. So just type in B-O-W. There it is, hunting bow. And we're just going to go ahead and up and craft that. Now we're going to shoot some birds out of the sky. Alright, that one yielded some leather. Could be used in making armor. And this one yielded some more leather. Darn it. I was really hoping for some meat so I could cook something. Maybe these bat things will be a little bit more meaty than those, meatier than those insect, whatever, Pokemon-looking things. All the monsters remind me of Pokemon in this game. Alright, so we got some meat. Sweet. And now you cannot, unfortunately, smelt meat in your furnace. You're going to have to actually create another campfire, which is a bit annoying since you used a campfire to make a furnace in the first place, but whatever. Okay, so now we're creating a campfire. Again, a piece of coal was used at some stage in the creation of the campfire, which just goes to show how useful coal can be. Without coal, you can't have torches. Without torches, you can't have campfires. Without campfires, you can't have forges, and thus the entire game is built upon the foundation that is simply coal. Which is why it also starts you off with so many torches. And I recommend not, just using them willy-nilly to light your house or go around the place. Lighting your house is great, but it's not going to, prevent monsters from spawning inside of it or anything like that. Monsters don't usually spawn in houses, but they don't, have really a spawn pattern they follow unless it's off the screen. So as long as you're in your house, you'll be fine. But now we're just going to go ahead and start digging around in this cave here. And I am, once again, foolishly using my torches. As I was just saying, this is the thing you're not supposed to be doing. I've seen a lot of people who start mining and they do this, but see, you can get just as much light by removing the background. So that's just an example of how you can keep hanging onto your torches. Maybe use them as temporary light if you need to, but just remember to not just use and abuse them freely, and that way you can use them when you're doing deep mining, which will help you get to the very special minerals like silver and eventually diamond. Now, here we're just going to dig through some of this cobblestone and try to make our way up. Oh, wait, there's some coal here. That is awesome. Alright, so we're going to just go ahead and grab some coal. And one thing we're going to be able to do with this coal is if we can get enough of it and we chop down enough trees, is we'll be able to actually fuel our starship and go to another planet. Because I think I've pretty much killed everything on the surface here, and even though there's more stuff deep down below, I'm more interested in exploring some other worlds. So one thing I should point out about Starbound is that exploration is key here, and I just found a chest, for instance, that now makes me glow in the dark for a short period of time. So now I don't even have to remove the back wall. I can just freely walk around in the cave and it'll be lit for me, which is awesome. Oh, it went out. So now I just want to remove that back wall again. You also notice that liquids will actually come through the back wall too and drain out. Alright, so a few things I found in my exploration were uranium, and I also, of course, got a bunch of ship fuel by just burning down the trees on my planet. So we're just going to go ahead and leave this place. It's got no trees left. Let's go home and go to that planet we locked onto earlier, which is a very small, much smaller than the one we were on, Forest World, and we're just gonna warp on over there. Again, Starbound is a game where exploration is more important than crafting, and I mean that quite literally, because everything you may want can be simply, instead of crafted, found or purchased from an NPC, or like I said, you can actually like raid a dungeon or find some fortification that has enemies inside of it, and you can like kill or capture some of them, and then just take the resources that are inside. So really, just zipping around the galaxy is all you really need to do to thoroughly enjoy this game. If you're not the type that likes mining for hours and hours, don't worry, there's still fun to be had. And here we are on our new planet. And this is a tiny forest world. We're just going to go ahead and zip on down to it and see what's down here. Alright, place looks pretty sweet so far, I'd say. I'm liking the looks of it. We got some creatures here, wow, lots of birds. And we got a carrot. Sweet, let's start chopping down this tree. And oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Why are they pooping on me? They got like dangerous, and they have bubble beam? What is this? Oh, geez, these things... Oh, they're not friendly either. Nothing on this planet's friendly. Get away, get away, get away. I should have made some better weapons before coming here. Oh, my gosh. And I see there's some chests with pixels. Is that a skunk with spikes on its back? That's it. I'm out of here. Okay, as soon as I saw the spiky skunk, I'm like, nope, nope, nope. No way, Jose. But now that we're here, I'm still determined to explore this place and find out what its secrets are, because I'm sure that if it's that dangerous down below, there's bound to be some awesome prizes, so let's just go on back down. Now, I'd like to thank you all for watching this guide. This is the end of part 1. Thanks, everybody. I hope that you all enjoy Starbound, or at least enjoy watching other people play it if you don't want to just go ahead and buy it for yourself. I'm sure there are tons of videos on YouTube about it already, but this is just my guide for beginners from my own experiences, and I'm going to be making some more guides, too, to help people along the way, because honestly, I haven't seen anything out there that just flat out says, you need this number of planks, or you need this number of iron, or you need this number of gold, and it'd be really nice to just have a nice little chart, I think. So I'm going to create one of those, just a video highlighting what materials you're going to need to be able to craft stuff. And that's it. Good day, everybody. Bye-bye.